of shiny stones. By writing these live books, rhymes and poems. Swollen his back to reclaim the throne. Kingdom come, bass lines, and bring them drums. This is game time, play mine, we're number one. Kingdom come, bass lines, bring them drums. This is game time, play mine, we're number one.
I'm a jacked up motorhead, yup, sipping a soda pop. Trouble on my block, not a shock, we don't go to cops. We make house calls with shotguns and loaded glocks. Golden platinum plaques back to back, cause we sold a lot. Every day I come home with more than I left with. Writing raps, setting traps, getting cash on my extra. A battle axe attached to my necklace. Fuck around, that's a death wish. I'm building with my fam to perfect this. Especially fresh to death, that's what the click is. People say you're mad child, that white boy the sick is. Ridiculously particular, kicking up dust. Definitely the next blow, so shut the fuck up. Back to reclaim the throne, but brought some friends along. We got the Bentley, got the Benz, we got the engines on. Bitches in bikini, studio at the crib. I'm in the hot tub popping pills and eating ribs with a bib. I'm drinking Pepsi, watching Scarface in the theater room. Two cuties rubbing my shoulders, putting me in the mood. Life's good, and I ain't got no problem sharing the wealth with my bros. No point in being at the top of yourself.
Nice whip, your mind is fast. Where to get this fat pocket full of cash? I'm selling yayo, Mary Jane and hash. Battle axe is back and yeah, we came to smash. Kingdom come, bass lines, and bring them drums. This is game time, play mine, we're number one. Kingdom come, bass lines, bring them drums. This is game time, play mine, we're number one.
Baby, I know you see me looking hard through binoculars. Young money, fat knots, African rocks for you. KC, battle axe, cha-ching, we mop it up. Vanity dot, nobody stopping us. Rappers talk tough, end up calling the cops on us. You'd rather shoot it out, you don't wanna box with us. Pocket full of high notes, so I call it the opera. Mobster, used to eating steaks and lobsters.
Ayo, my game is proper and my aim is to guap up. You should never throw rocks at the throne. My nights real dawns like Al Capone. Run up in your crib, snatch you out of your home. Split your wig and blow your mind out of your soul, asshole. I only beef with those impeding my cash flow. I think things through before letting the Mac go. But oh no, young Trizzle was not so.
Nice pistol, mine is chrome. Where'd I get this wrist full of shiny stones? By writing these live books, rhymes and poems. Swollen his back to reclaim the throne. Kingdom come, bass lines, and bring them drums. This is game time, play mine, we're number one. Kingdom come, bass lines, bring them drums. This is game time, play mine, we're number one.
What happened to him? He used to be so kind.
Dead? No. Worse than dead. He was murdered. Slowly. Piece by piece. They didn't use knives or bullets. They used words. They used silence. They used betrayal wrapped in smiles and poison disguised as love. They killed him so slowly, he didn't even realize he was dying until there was nothing left to save.
Let me say that again so it sinks into the bones of everyone who thought I was finished. I disappeared for a reason, not because I was weak. Not because they won, not because I couldn't handle what they threw at me. I disappeared because I understood something they never will. Sometimes the battlefield isn't out there. Sometimes the war is inside, and I had to go to war with myself before I could come back and destroy everything they built on top of my absence. They thought I ran. They thought I crumbled under the pressure, folded under the weight, broke beneath their boots. They celebrated when I went quiet. They raised their glasses and toasted to my downfall. They spoke my name like a punchline, like a cautionary tale, like something to laugh about when the drinks were flowing and the egos were high. Let have had their fun. Because while they were laughing, I was learning. While they were celebrating, I was sharpening. While they moved on with their pathetic little lives, convinced they had seen the last of me, I was in the darkness, alone, bleeding, breaking myself down to the foundation and rebuilding from the ground up. They don't know what happens in the silence. They don't know what grows in the dark. They think absence means defeat. They think quiet means surrender. They have no idea that the most dangerous predator is the one you can't see, the one you can't hear, the one that watches from the shadows and waits for the perfect moment to strike. I was that predator, I am that predator, and now the hunt begins. You want to know why I left? You want to understand what drove me into the void? Fine, I'll tell you, but you won't like it. You won't be able to handle the truth because the truth implicates you, every single one of you. I left because of you. I left because every time I tried to rise, you pushed me down. Every time I tried to speak, you silenced me. Every time I showed you my heart, you put a knife in it. I gave you my trust and you used it as a weapon against me. I gave you my loyalty and you traded it for scraps. I gave you everything I had and you took it all and still called me worthless. So I disappeared, not to escape you, not to hide from the pain. I disappeared to become something you could never defeat. I went into the furnace willingly. I let the fire consume everything that was weak in me, everything that was soft, everything that still believed in your lies. I burned away the part of me that wanted your approval, your acceptance, your love. And what emerged from those flames? Something else entirely, something harder, something colder, something that doesn't need you anymore. Something that doesn't want you anymore. Something that looks at you now and feels nothing but the cold satisfaction of knowing that your time is almost up. They say time heals all wounds. They're wrong. Time doesn't heal anything. Time just teaches you how to carry the pain differently. It shows you how to transform the hurt into something useful. Every wound they gave me, I studied it, I memorized it, I understood exactly how deep it went and exactly what it cost me. And then I took that knowledge and I weaponized it. My scars aren't just marks on my skin, they're lessons carved into my flesh. Every betrayal taught me who to trust. No one. Every lie taught me what to believe, only myself. Every time they kicked me while I was down, I learned exactly where to aim when it was my turn to strike. They educated me. They trained me. They created the very thing they should have feared most. And they did it all while thinking they were winning. The arrogance, the absolute blindness. They couldn't see what was happening right in front of them. They couldn't see that every blow they landed was making me stronger. They couldn't see that every time they pushed me closer to the edge, I was learning how to fly. Now I don't just fly, I soar. And they're still down there in the dirt looking up, wondering how I got so high, wondering where I went, wondering why the sky suddenly got so dark. It's me. I'm the darkness now, and I am descending. Do you know what the hardest part was? It wasn't the pain. Pain is temporary. Pain fades. The hardest part was the silence. When I disappeared, I had to face myself. No distractions, no noise, no one to blame but the man in the mirror. And that man, he was broken. He was bleeding from wounds no one else could see. He was carrying weight that should have crushed him 1,000 times over. He was alone in a way that most people will never never understand. But I sat with him, I sat with that broken man. I looked him in the eyes and I told him the truth. I told him that no one was coming to save him. I told him that the world didn't care if he lived or died. I told him that every dream he ever had was going to require him to become someone he didn't recognize. And then I asked him a question. The only question that matters. Are you willing to die so that something greater can be born? He said yes, and so I killed him. I killed the old me with my own hands. I buried him in the deepest part of my soul, where no one will ever find him. I mourned him for a moment, just a moment, and then I moved on. Because grief is a luxury I can't afford. Because the past is a prison I refuse to live in. Because the man I was wouldn't survive what's coming. But the man I've become, he was built for war. They're going to ask where I was. They're going to demand explanations. They're going to want to know what I was doing all that time. Why I went silent. Why I stopped playing their games. I owe them nothing. Not an explanation, not an apology, not a single word of justification. My silence wasn't for them. My transformation wasn't for them. My return isn't for them. Everything I've done, everything I've become, it's for me. Only me. Always me. They had their chance to be part of my story. They chose to be villains instead. They chose to stand against me when they should have stood beside me. They chose to tear me down when they should have built me up. And now they want to know why I left. Now they want to understand. It's too late for understanding. The time for words has passed. Now there's only action. Now there's only consequence. Now there's only the cold, hard reality that they are about to face. The monster they created. I came back different. Let me make that clear. The person standing before them now shares a face with the man they remember. But that's where the similarities end. My eyes are colder now. My voice is harder. My heart beats to a different rhythm. One that sounds like war drums in the distance, getting closer with every passing second. I don't smile the way I used to. I don't laugh at their jokes. I don't shrink myself to make them comfortable. I don't apologize for taking up space. I don't beg for scraps from tables I should be sitting at the head of. The old me would have forgiven them. The old me would have made excuses for their behavior, rationalized their cruelty, convinced himself that they didn't mean it, that they would change, that things would get better if he just held on a little longer. The old me was a fool. This me, this version that emerged from the darkness, he doesn't forgive, he doesn't forget, he doesn't give second chances because second chances are just opportunities for people to hurt you again. He learned that lesson in blood. He paid for that wisdom with pieces of his soul, and he will never ever make that mistake again. They'll try to stop me now. They'll see me rising and they'll scramble to push me back down. They'll form their little alliances, whisper